I'm showing you basically the traditional Korean side of things.
To the library. Let's go see a show.
Well, the first one I'm going to go ahead and start off with is Korean radish soup. Okay, it's called mujjigae, muguk, Korean radish. This is a great time, but unfortunately in Southern California, it just doesn't feel like winter. It feels like summer right now. So, but I think it's a good way to kick off, and radish is very healthy, very tasteful. So basically, this is the Korean radish, Korean mu, okay? Usually the Korean radish is more round and bigger, and they are usually green and white on the outside, okay? There is a Japanese radish, the daikon, which is more white, long, okay? They are very similar in taste, except I would say Korean radish is a little sweeter, okay? So, and they're bigger too. So this is a Korean radish that's peeled, and at this time, just cut a little bit, okay? So we're gonna have the Korean radish. Another one that I'm going to be using is the fish sauce. I know that you're pretty much familiar with it. I like the 3 crabs in the front. Seems like it's a good one, no MSG. So this, you can find it in Asian market, Korean, Japanese, 99 ranch, okay? So fish sauce here. We have black pepper, real simple. We have salt that I'm going to be using. And then we have soy sauce that we're going to be also adding to it, okay? So apart from that, we're not going to be adding anything else. We're going to just keep it very simple and healthy. But I want to go ahead and show you my stock, okay? Now, for this broth that I've made for this particular soup base, okay, there are a couple of things that I want to introduce you to. First of all, it's called dashima. Dashima is kelp. This is a thick seaweed, okay, that's found in the ocean, has a lot of potassium, okay, and this brings out great flavor for the stock. In the past, Korean moms have pretty much made their soup base with everything just one time, because I think the time factor was a major thing. So basically in the past, they put the radish, they put the whatever, anchovy, everything at once, the meat at once. But I'm going to do it a little differently for you because I think it will bring out the flavor, okay? So what I've done here was create a separate broth, soup base. Another option, okay, shiitake mushroom. Okay, this is the one in the package that are fresh, okay, but apparently if you don't find them, you can always buy these in the Asian market, Korean market. And then basically what you need to do with the shiitake mushroom is pre-soak it in water for about at least 2 to 3 hours before using it. And then I have pretty much meat here, beef, any kind you can use, okay? Frank is fine, sirloin is fine, ribeye is fine, okay? So I have some meat that's cut out. I'm showing you the traditional soup base, the radish soup base, but you can do also without the meat, okay? So what I'm going to do is show you more the hanshik, the traditional side of the Korean cuisine, but once again, it's very open for you to modify the things that you want and you don't want in it, okay? So what I like to do is start with this. I'm going to heat it up. And then oil-wise, canola, vegetable oil is fine. Okay, we're just going to stir a little bit. We're going to cook it. The Korean cuisine, one of the things is that the pieces, the cuts are always long and big, and it has to do with you know, a metaphor of longevity, long life, long health. They don't like anything cut short, okay? Basically, I guess, you know, they said that I'm short because all my cuts were always small. But if you keep it long, then, you know, it symbolizes longevity and long life, okay? Okay, great, thank you. Okay. Mix this up a little bit. And you can see the color right now, pretty much, okay? Another option definitely is to add garlic, okay? This is 3 size, so you have to be careful, otherwise it tips over. Okay. So we do that. And okay. And then fish sauce, you know, once again, just a little portion. It says taste as you go. And then soy sauce a little bit. I'm going to do black pepper. I'm going to do salt. So basically what I would do with the stock is bring it to a boil, and once it boils, maybe about 5 minutes, simmer it for about 30 minutes, okay? And then after that, set it aside, cut up your meat, your radish, and then go ahead and high heat it, oil, and then put your meat, and then put your radish, and then after that, add your soup base to it, okay? So once again, this is radish soup. This is radish Korean mu guk, okay, soup. And this is very good for, especially if you have a cold. It has a lot of high potassium. You had kelp involved in this, and you have the radish. So this is very healthy for you, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead. We'll move on to the next one, okay? So this is hot. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do Korean bibimbap. Anybody know Korean bibimbap? Okay, all right, great. Korean bibimbap, okay, very fantastic. Well, it's Korean assorted vegetable dish with rice, and then it has a Korean chili paste, okay? And then you go ahead and put some sesame oil, and then it's very healthy. But once again, I'm showing you basically the traditional Korean side of things, but there's particular vegetables that you don't have a preference for. Maybe there's like onions that you prefer more, spinach you prefer more, and even the spice level. The way the Koreans eat it is they usually mix the whole thing with a lot of chili paste and make it very hot, okay? But you don't have to do that. You can go ahead and keep that to the side. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. So Korean bibimbap, that's what we're going to be doing right now. Korean cuisine, it is not difficult. Every one of you here, doesn't matter if you're not Korean, okay? It is not difficult to make or do, but it takes a lot of time. That's the only thing, okay? And so that's why today even Korean moms who are 1.5 or second generation, they don't know how to do the Korean cuisine because the time factor. They rather just buy it, they're so busy. But if you could make it yourself and know how to do it, it'd be fantastic. I'm going to show you some of the things that's involved. The Korean cuisine usually has like 10 total, about 10 elements, okay? There's 5 taste, and then there's 5 color. You can see like orange, for example. You can see green. You can see maybe yellow here. You can see white onions. You'll see probably red somewhere with pepper, something like that. But at least 5 different colors are engaged here. At the same time, you're going to have like spice. You're going to have bitter taste. You're going to have sour, sweet, and salty. So at least 10 elements are involved in this Korean cuisine. What we're going to choose today is we're going to choose the green onion, okay, the scallion. We're going to choose the carrot. We're going to go ahead and do the shiitake mushroom. And you can see we have the ribeye beef here, okay. We have the spinach, and we have the carrot and bean sprouts. So maybe I'm going to be using about 6 of them today, okay. Now, the only thing is, like I said, it's not difficult. It just takes time. And so the thing why it takes time is because the cooking level, for example, it's all different too. You cannot cook, say, green onion and carrot simultaneously, cross flavor, okay? And number two, the duration of the time of the cooking level, okay? By then, if you try to cook carrot with green onions, your green onions will be so soggy, so, sticky, pasty, where your carrot is not fully cooked yet, okay? So only thing is you have to do these things kind of separately, and that's why it's time consuming. But once you get the prepping done and it's all set aside, then you know what? It's simple, it's not difficult. And then afterwards, the way I show you my way, you can do it yours. You can choose all shiitake mushroom, if that's what you want, or you can have just spinach or carrot. That's up to your preference, okay? Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I have pre-cooked some, the carrots, some of them I pre-cooked, but I want to show you step by step on this one so you know how to go about it, okay? These are things that you can find pretty much in any of the market. Stater Brothers or Ralph's, Vaughn's, you name it, Food for Less. They pretty much carry all of it except like shiitake mushroom and noodle that I'll show you a little bit later, okay? Okay, so let's do that. Actually, this is my assistant here. This is my wife. And this is the first time she's cooking actually with me at the library, So I'm more nervous this time. You know how this, when I have other students or my father joining me, it's not bad. But boy, I tell you, I was sweating. I go, why am I sweating? It's not that hot. But I'm going, oh, my wife is next to me, I mean, because you know how it is. We've been married 17 years, and she knows everything about me. She'll go home and go, "Oh man, that was bad. This was good. That was bad." I was like, "Wow, devastating," So yeah, well, this is my wife joining me for the first time in like 3 years during a public demo, but she cooks with me. Okay, we want to go ahead and keep this low heat. Okay, and the first thing I'm going to do. Well, a couple of things we need to do, Jay, so if you can help me put some rice in there for me. Because one of the things about being a chef, and the four things today, I have the camera on me. 2, I have you on me. I have to chop, I have to talk, and I have 5 things. I have my wife next to me, okay? So sometimes, even though you're a great cook or chef, you try to talk, and it's hard, so sometimes it's good to have helpers, okay? Shiitake mushroom, please. They're hard as rock. Pre-soak it 2 to 3 hours, okay? How did the rice taste? Was it good? Okay. Basically, the key to rice making, I know you guys are all professional, but I like to touch on it just to give you a tip. Basically, instead of just washing it and rinsing it, and then measuring your ratio and then cooking it, pretty much soak it overnight. Say that you want to make your rice next day, pre-soak it in water overnight. Put it in a tub or something, your rice container, whichever, and just put the water in there overnight. Let it just sit, room temperature or even in your refrigerator. And the next day, say you want to make your rice, then rinse it about 6-7 times or whichever, okay? And then do your ratio and cook your rice, okay? The tenderness, this is how most of the restaurants do it, especially, and then that's why the rice is so soft and tasty, okay? So that's one little tip for you, okay? So pre-soak it overnight, let it soften it up, and then next day, go ahead and cook it. If you don't have much time, just add water maybe 2-3 hours beforehand, okay? I'm short, and this table is low for me, so when we cut, it's hard. It feels weird. That's why it's weird, but Lamont is twice as tall than me, so he's going to have a hard time chopping away a little bit, okay? So it's, well, Lamont, what I need you to do, if you can, pretty much this is the romaine lettuce I'm using. Great. You can, iceberg lettuce, okay? I'm using half and half. But you can always just choose either one. That's up to you, or you can combine it. The more, the less, it's up to you. But I'm just going kind of half and half, okay? What we want to do